Okay, where are we? That's the right video. Okay, I'm just going to share the video where it needs to go. Okay. Rightio. Sorry, you're on my head off. Hello Dee, hello Cheryl, hello Lisa. Okie dokie. Okay, so what we've done, so it's retreat weekend, which means we're releasing a scrapbooking and paper crafting collection. It's called Nautical Dreams. My name's Alicia and I designed it. I didn't do the watercolour images. I paid for a commercial license from artists, so I do pay artists for their to use a commercial license for their images. I have a child who's an artist, so we understand that artists need to eat, which is not always easily done. So we're using Nautical Dreams, and this was our first class at retreat this weekend. Hello Shaz and Karen, hello Diana and Laura and Tash. Hello Naomi, she's just over there. So on there. So that was the first class at retreat. This is the second one. So 6 of the classes this weekend are in a closed private group. What are you doing?
Noah had moved. So you know how he cleaned up his desk?
He moved a whole heap of stuff into Dad's area.
He shoved it all underneath Dad's desk because he's been using yours.
Right.
In the morning.
Okay. So 6 of the classes over the retreat weekend are in a private Facebook group. So this is a hybrid retreat, which means this weekend we do a virtual retreat with 8 classes, 2 out here on our Facebook page and YouTube channel, and 6 in the private group. And then in 2 weeks' time, we'll do another 4 classes that are just for those that come in store. So obviously those that come in store pay more, so they pay $225, and they get the virtual and the in-store retreat. And when you just do the virtual part of a hybrid retreat, you only pay $85. So, yeah. So class 3 was last night with Naomi John, and everyone wanted a simple and interactive mixed media layer, and that's what they did. And then this morning, Naomi John made this card. She's done 3 classes in a row. That's pretty cool. She made that little card. That was in the group. And then this afternoon was our surprise class. And she made this mini bookie thingy. Oh, and I've knotted it up. I think it's actually knotted itself up. There you go. So it's a mini bookie thingy. There we go. And we're doing a page tonight. Don't know what with. Naomi John said we should use flowers, but I'll show you the piece first. Hello, Di and Jeanette. Hello, Jacqueline and Karen and Paula. Okay, so Nautical Dreams, which we think is pretty fabulous. A lot of people are kicking themselves that they didn't do the retreat, either just the virtual part or the virtual and the in-store. We have had a lot of messages from people saying they wish they had done it, but it's done now. Sorry. So that's paper 1. So unfortunately, so our next retreat is a virtual retreat in April, and it's Lavender Dreams. and it's all about lavender, and there's vintage bicycles, and it's a bit of a prisony feel, but lots of lilac and purples and lavender. And we're going to try a whole new product to manufacture, which is a product we already do, but a twist on it that we've never seen before, and it's going to be fun. Think we've worked the process and the system out to make it, so we'll do a trial next week. I've managed to get all the classes done so far. On fire, Diana. Awesome. Hello, Faina. Hello, Margaret. Best way to spend Saturday night. Yep, it is. So paper 3. Love this wood. You will have seen Quentin sharing my unfinished page around Facebook. So I haven't quite finished this yet. And then paper 4, which is a lighthouse. I've used it twice so far. And paper 5. So we're going to use some flowers, I think, tonight. Amy John says I need to use flowers. So I made people cut flowers, so I need to use flowers. So let's have a look at what we're going to use as a background. Both retreat options are fantastic and amazing, great value. Yes, Dee is on the Gold Coast, and she has actually made the trip to Gladstone for an install part of our hybrid retreat before, and they loved it so much here that they stayed a bit extra in Gladdy. They loved it, and we loved having them visit us in Gladstone. So Dee and her family did a Airbnb, I think, when they came up, and it wasn't far from the shop. It was on the water, and it was really good value. So there are lots of options here. There is apparently dirt in our pizza box because Quentin dropped our stuff in the backyard at work today. He didn't say there was dirt in it, but I knew that's what it was from. Right, so what are we going to use as a background? Use that or that? Oh, not that. It's got a hole cut in it. You get a lot of paper in a retreat pack. Use that or that. Sorry? Oh, sorry, I missed that. How many papers? So you get 2 each of the 6 papers, plus you get a free flare. And yes, I know I owe a heap of people a free flare because we were short flares waiting. We were waiting for them to come through customs for super fun times. So we actually have a list of people we're sending flares to. But this is a free flare you get. So for $21.50, you get 2 each of the 6 papers plus the flare. Hopefully that answers your question. I can't wait to come back to Gladstone for another retreat. OD, we can't wait to have you here as well. Hello, Mary. How are you? Okay. Let's have a look at what we've got here. Yeah, tissue paper. That's what it comes wrapped in. Usable tissue paper. Naomi John uses the tissue paper. So Naomi reckons I need to use the doors. Now, she used doors today. Use that. I really would like to use this piece. Love this collage, but I just don't think it's doors-ish. What do you think? I've already used this before.
Had a few people join, and Karen's wondering about why the poppies.
Why poppies for Nautical? You know what? Hello, Louisa. How are you? When I was doing my, research looking for more images, because I'm never happy with what I got, and I don't use everything I buy because then I add product later. I always extend a collection later on down the track. When I looked at nautical themed images, most artists put red poppies with them. Now, poppies will grow in salty ground, won't
They're
they?
like rosemary.
They're like rosemary. And you see a lot of rosemary type stuff as well with nautical paper ranges, but they do grow, poppies will grow in crap earth. Like they will grow where it's a little salty in the environment. So I guess that's why. But I found probably a dozen different artists that when they had done nautical themed watercolor had used red poppies. One had used blue poppies, but I made our blue poppies. But a lot had used red poppies, and it sort of got me. I really wanted to do the red, white, and the blue, so that is sort of where I went with it. I didn't. These poppies were purchased separate to a lot of the other images. There's stuff from about 4 or 5 different watercolor artists here because I can. But yeah, it's very much. It was just something. Yeah, that's the answer. I never knew poppies could grow in crappy sandy soil. Well, I didn't think so either, but apparently so. They do, don't they?
Poppies, rosemary, and cactus.
Poppies, rosemary, and cactus. Did you just look it up?
No, I just know.
She just knows. Poppies, rosemary, and cactus.
And from the fact that Milton and I can't grow anything apart from
poppies, rosemary, and cactus.
Well, we can also grow tomatoes and pumpkins, but we just think that's in our blood because of Dad. Because the only 2 things that Dad can't kill. And the chilies out the back.
Which we don't want the chilies.
We don't want the
You're
chilies.
in Gladstone. We've got chili plants going.
We don't want the chilies. Please let us know.
I've already done the ropey frame before. I don't know about this piece of paper. I am going to cover up the white. Poppies go with most things. They are just gorgeous. Yeah, they're also a sort of a masculine. They grow anywhere, says Mary. They're a masculine flower. I think that's part of it too. They're sort of they're a bit of a gender neutral, masculine-ish flower. Like they're not like a pretty rose or anything like that. They're pretty, but yeah, I think poppies just go with so much. What do we think? Do we think this background's a little busy, or we could probably put a bit of white paint on it? Or by the time we put a bit of paper, maybe do some photo mats, maybe distress the edges and do some tears in it. Like... Looks like a mermaid's tail, that ribbon, doesn't it? Millie Ann is just mesmerised by it. What do we sort of think? I kind of painted an arm and a leg with this piece of paper. This background. Like we could tuck that in there and put the fence and... I don't know. I think I'm sold on this one. We might do a bit of stuff to it, and we'll use a bit of the Hessian from paper 3. So this is paper 5, and then we'll put a bit of that behind and use it for our photo mats. But then we might fling a little bit of like blue in it, I think. A bit of blue behind a photo. Bit of that blue. And then I've only got 2 things left to fussy cut. Love that. Where are we going? Poppies go with most things. They're gorgeous. Love the background, says Di. Symbolically, the poppy is an easy, simple to find in Funeralia. Oops. Has been in the popular lexicon since the times of ancient Egypt, Greece, and Rome. Simply, the flower represents peace, rest, sleep, eternal sleep, resurrection, and consolation. It represents a lot then. The paper. Hello, Amanda. Hello. Coming to see what the fuss is about with the retreat. Joking. Stalking your page, and there is some gorgeous stuff. Thank you, Amanda. Dr. Google. Yes, Dr. Google is very handy. Dr. Google helps. Dr. Google helps with lots of things. Right, so let's move this paper out of the way. There is a lot. So this retreat kit came with 3 of each paper, plus a full A4 fussy cut essential. And yeah, it came with a lot. They always do. So I'm thinking a bit of this here. And then we're going to use a bit of Hessian. And let's move our scraps. We might end the retreat with a bit of paper left over. And then again, we might not. I don't think we've got any cardstock left. We had cardstock.
We've got 1 full sheet.
Well, I didn't see that.
Oh. It's white.
Oh, okay. I didn't take any notice of that. Somehow, some bits and pieces. So let's start our page by, where are we going to start? Let's trim the barcode off page 5. And we're going to trim it to 12 inches. We're not just going to trim the barcode off because I always give you a little bit of grace. See? I'll give you a bit of space. Put that there, that could be handy. And then what if we worked upon the principle of using a nice, like a 5x5 photo, like what we would get, say, at Harvey Norman, or wherever you get your photos processed. And then from paper 6, which you're going to get a sheet of to fussy cut some flowers out of if you're buying the kit and you haven't done the retreat. If you've done the retreat, you've already cut your flowers, hopefully. We're going to cut a 5 1/4. Cut to there. And then we're going to flip this over by 5 1/4 inch of the blue glitter. Like that. So we're being rather Scroogey with our leftovers. Then let's get a piece of paper 2. I'm going to cut it to 12 inches. You want to say that? Sometimes get this. Right. So what we might do is with this piece here, this background, we're just going to cut like off 2 adjacent sides, like 1 and 1, not opposites, 2 adjacent sides. We're going to cut like 1/8 of an inch off. So we're going to cut it down to 11 7/8 by 11 7/8. That's going to give us, when we distress it, just a little tiny bit of this showing in behind. I'm just back from a 4K walk. It's still 30 degrees here. I don't know what it is, Deborah, here, but it's a bit hot. Always hot. Let's get our distresser out and distress the edges. Oops, made a rip. That's good. We need some of those. I'm being a little rough with it. I know. Yeah. So our distressed edges are going to have like green, timber, sequin, and blue. So that's okay. That's a bit of timber there. A bit of timber there. Some green. I think we might do like a decentish sort of tear here. And we're just going to sort of scrumble it back a bit. We can glue that in place if we need to. Like that. We're just going to sort of give it a good crease. Okay, what do we think? So then what we're going to do is we're going to put it on here, but we're not going to put it on and waste all of that. That's just wholesale waste. Remember to stress the edge before cutting the middle out. We're not cutting the middle out. So we're turning over our hessian and we're going to turn over our front piece. I'm going to sit it on where it goes with a nice little even border around. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to mark the inner point on each of these distressy bits so that when we cut the middle out, we don't, this is the big one here, we don't go inside that. We make sure that we've got, you know, like plenty of room around. Like, let's do some scoopy bits around each of those so we know not to cut into those. Okay? Oh, we could use these doors. So let's cut a 1-inch frame out of that. Come in like a good inch. Make sure we're skirting those points. We're especially this big one. Let's go around it so we've got plenty to stick to. There we go. They're going to need 2 sheets of paper number 2 in their kit, Naomi. Where's the big bit? Here. It's here, so it's up the top. When we put that on, plenty of space. Look at that. So we could use that. Sit that there. Okay, let's stick that together now. I'm not going to distress that very back piece. I don't usually distress the very back piece a lot. I usually try and leave it nice so that I don't see the page behind. I don't stick my pages together in my albums, but I don't like to see the page behind the one I'm looking at. Let's remove the little ones. And just turn a bit back on these other ones. I don't know why I didn't go the whole way through there. The mind boggles. Right. So we're just going to keep it moving till we get it in place where we want it, and we get a nice even little border the whole way around that we're happy with. Pull that out. That one and that one. There we go. Don't look at that. And we got all this for free. Rightio. So if we sort of did that, Right, let's get our design board out and design our page. So this is a creative design board that I designed because it means I can, I like it when it's straight on the desk. As yucky as my desk looks. See, I can design my page and not have to worry when I go to put it together.
Double as long where it's setting.
So we put that like that. Let's gather some flowers and all these hangy things. I love these. These are cool as. They're off paper. 3. Is it 3? I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yes, 3.
Maybe. Maybe. Oh, there's that fence instead. No, I like the fence we picked. No. Maybe. Let's just get out of all this stuff. Ooh, I like that. A bit of red would be cool, wouldn't it? Let's get out all the things that I think I might like to. Oh, some birds. A couple of seagulls. Now they'd be cool. Oh, I'm just should have just upturned the whole container. This one's got bits of dirt in it. Wait till I get a hold of cleaning. Maybe what I might do is I might just take all the bits and bobs out. What's the matter?
He's using my SLR Bible from year 12.
So?
Gonna pass.
You've got to read it.
All my notes are still in here.
Well, that's okay. At least you don't write like a doctor.
Oh, yeah, read it all.
Got a lot to read. Oh, by the way, Naomi, he gets better grades in religion than you do.
That's because religion required sentences that didn't sound like poo.
Rightio. So I really want that and that. And then obviously the flowers from the Fussy Cut Essential are slightly different colour to the ones from the pattern paper, but I can kind of handle that if I have a good mix of both. And then these little things, I love these. Midwife and oh dear, it's a real thing, these doctors' handwriting. Oh my gosh, Amanda, I'll have to show you guys a sample of, can we have a sample of Noah's handwriting? Loving where this is heading already. Love that piece of paper. You know, getting all the hot weather up there with summer here. Oh, we're hoping summer finishes soon. Up here.
Oh, no, hold up.
He should have like.
Oh, he writes pretty neat in music.
Oh, it's still doctorish. So this is music.
That's the neatest I've ever seen.
That's his neatest writing. That's really neat for Noah.
This is, oh, here we go.
Even my handwriting's neater than that.
This is his mass.
This is
Math.
math.
It's not mass, it's math.
I'm also an ex-teacher and boy, are they easier to read. Yep. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. I have a friend who's a doctor and Noah writes just like her. Oh, I got two of that.
Mum, what did I do?
Watch telly or something.
Come on, Millie. You and me. Let's go.
I'll chuck some of the blue poppies in. Something. Put that in the pirate bottle. Nope. Let's put the.
Would you have the stuff underneath that desk and around from the iPad in that room to be cleaned up because I need to be able to get to them? That way? Well, I want more available this way. I want the things off the floor.
We had an anchor on a string. Why don't we do the anchor on a string up here? Sorry, I'm just fluffing around here.
We're going to discuss what's in the fussy cutting. So then I know what paper I'm going to get.
We want to put the anchor down here. There. We'll use bits of this one. We'll cut it up. We'll sit it there. Two anchors? Nope. An anchor and a glass buoy thing. Oh, starfish. I like the starfish. Starfish are easy to cut out. What are we thinking? Oh, I don't know if I want to make a page where I just shove a heap of stuff on a piece of paper. Not sure that's where I want to head tonight. If we tuck a bit of that behind there, like that. Not specifically sure that's where I want to go. But we have been talking an awful lot about making clusters and sticking clusters of things together. Do you know what I mean? Like sticking sticking embellishments and things on a page so that it looks like it's meant to be there and looks natural and not looking good, says Louisa. I like that, says Di. Yeah, trying to make it look as natural as possible.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Can I confirm the papers we have used? So we've got 2 pieces of paper 2.
Yep.
Because of the fussy cut.
A piece of paper 6.
Piece of paper 6. We've got a piece of paper 5 as the background. Now,
Yep.
for fussy cuts, you've got 6 for the flowers. You've got paper 3 because of the anchor on the string. You've got paper. Do you have paper 1 stuff in there? I saw you grab out paper 1 stuff. Do you have the starfish still? Or the fruit?
Yep, there's a piece of paper 1.
You definitely have it.
And there's a A5 fussy cut essential. So we could use the word nautical dreams, or we could do like amazing moments. Put that there, or we could put a red stripe. No, I think that one with the anchor. And maybe we could. Oh, I found another starfish. Dearie me, I'm having video issues. We could colour some coral and have it sticking out. Oh, where's our stencil?
Oh, hold up.
Hold the phone. Oh, a dream world.
Sorry to Lee and Jen
Yep, and us.
and us.
These are new. They're not online yet. But it's a new little charm. Oh, there it is. Sprig stencil. Maybe I'll show you the purpose of that. What do we think? Local dreams or moments. I like the word moments. We could put up amazing up here. And moments. And then we could cut some little bits of this coral. I think that coral. And we'll put some gauze. Oh, and some stringy stuff. Oh, and what have we got in here? We've got some words in there. Okay. So could put some bits of the coral if we painted it, and then we've got 4 arms we can use in our clusters, coming out of our clusters. Put some stringy stuff, some pull apart stringy stuff. So let's get a knot in ours. Let's pull a thread. And let's do 2 bits. We won't use the whole bit up the top. We'll use some of it down the bottom. And then we've got some gauze here. Let's just with a bit of hack at this. Let's cut a panel, a square. We sell a pack of 10 for $2.85 gauze. It's pretty cool stuff. It is surgical gauze. But it's for critters. Well, I think it's for humans as well. We buy it through veterinary supply chain. So we'll use that bit there, and then we'll cut another panel, and we'll sort of cut it in half, and then we'll use half a panel up top here. And we're just really trashing it, like you've really got to get right into it and wreck it. So another one piece up there, and then the other bit go down the bottom here. It'll sort of stretch out through there. And then what we'll do is we'll put some of our review stencil, and we'll use, so what if we use that gold? Oh, we could use our charm. That gold. What's everyone thinking of gold? I like gold. I don't know why. The gold is nice. The gold from Montmartre, which is, I think I've got a little bit here. Comes in a metallic set. I have got a bigger tube as well somewhere. I think my friend has stolen it.
Oh, no, I don't want
No, he's rated the fluoros. I think Noah has got most of our fluoros. And then let's put a little bit of colour in our dream tag. Show you how to do that. And then we might stencil some little bits of gold on our background.
the stencil will not be included in tonight's.
No, stencil will not be in the kit. So, looking at where our bits are, because we want to work out where to stencil. Okay, so we're going there. X marks the spot there. And then we're going down to here and up to here. So I've just done some, X's where our points are. So we're going to put some little bits out here and some little bits here. So let's get some paint. Let's just use one colour. Let's just use our gold. I'm just going to get one of those. Awesome. These are kids' stenciling brushes. Yep. And let's get a little bit of gold. And this is meant to be a disposable palette, but nothing is disposable in our world. Everything should be used and used. So going to get a little bit of paint on our stencil brush. And I'm going to pat most of it off. And just do like a circular motion. And you don't want it to be super duper heavy, because it's kind of a bit of a, it's like a backup dancer in the production that is our page. And I'm going to flip it over, and it's okay if we get a little bit of smoosh. It's not perfect. Put a little bit there, and then when we put our thing on, we're kind of going to cover most of that in the middle, but it'll give us a nice bit of interest. I'm just using the smaller leaf, and if you think you've got bits around, you can just brush over it to soften it. Just going to put a little bit of gold dry brushing on my raised bits. And all it's doing is rubbing the gold off the bristles, because there's really no paint on the bristles. There we go. Let's do a bit here. And bit sort of, just sort of reaching out down the bottom here, like that. Just a tiny bit, just coming out.
Mum, have we released that coral chippy cup that you're using?
Probably not.
Mm.
Oh, it's in a set with the crab. There's a crab, 2 corals, and a little message in a bottle for $1.95. Okay. Hello, Trish. Briefly arrived in Melbourne this afternoon, so just a bit tired. I bet you're a lot tired. Hello, Karen. How are you? So, paintbrush we were born with, and our engraved dream title. So, going to put some paint on here. We're not going to leave it. We're just going to push it into the grooves like that. Make sure we don't see any white anymore. Grading comes out white. This is beautiful 1.5 mil acrylic. It's just lovely. And now we're going to wipe it off. And we're going to give it a bit of a polish, but we're not going to scratch it on our desk because it does scratch. Acrylic does scratch. If you're harsh enough on it, it will. It's pretty resilient. A bit of a polish. There we go. Oh, I got a bit on the end. Remember, acrylic paint, once it's dry, it's there. But we can polish it off while it's damp. There we go. There's a little dream word. Oh, focus. There we go. Oh, and I can see just on the A, I need a little tiny bit more paint.
We haven't released that set, so we have to have a look at it.
What do you mean?
It's not released.
No, what's that? The coral?
Yeah.
No, it's not released yet. I've still got to finish editing the photos. I was hoping to do it today, but I did other things instead.
Karen H says, I'm all the better now watching this class.
Now watching this class. Oh, that's cool, Karen. Okay, so let's just have a quick little test drive. Let's put our board back on and have a look. That stenciling should be sort of dry-ish now. Let's have a look. I know we haven't finished all of our painting. Let's just move our gauze to the side a bit so we can see. Look at that. That'll be lovely. We'll just peek out from there and there, and up here it'll do the same. There we go. And then we'll put a little dream thing down here. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. Let's paint. To move that. Let's paint our words. And this is a 4.5 by 6.5 inch stamp block of ours. Yeah, I use this side for smushing with paint and ink. And this side, I do smush with paint and ink with this side, but it can be a bit textured, but that's okay. I like that. But this side I use with paint pens because I use the Pentor Pilot Pentor paint pens to colour chipboard or acrylic paint. And let's just get our paint. Need a little bit more gold. Just a touch more. That's way too much. The brush is dodgy as it is. Just a little bit of water. When we start painting on chipboard, it's nice for your first coat to have a bit of water in it, so you're less likely to get paint in the crevices and it look gluggy. But the first coat is really just priming it and getting a bit of colour on there, and not so wet that it goes all pulpy, our white chipboard has got a high cotton content, so it can go a bit pulpy if you're too wet with it. You want to work quick and not be over generous with your water. Look, there was too much paint there. A bit goopy in the gaps. Dries pretty quick here. You can heat dry it, I suppose. Hello Karen, how are you? Okay. Go in for a second coat. Doesn't have to be quite as watery. I don't know why I did right down to the base. So as you can see, like I'm using a retreat kit. This is the virtual retreat kit part of the hybrid retreat. So I am using that. So you can see there are products in here that aren't released yet. There's always products like the Dream Little Charm that are kind of a bit of a prototype to see whether people like them and whether we like using them before we actually make them a permanent product. Sometimes we actually don't release things from retreat kits. They're just a retreat kit item and we make them for that and then that's it. So I think what we might do is we might put a little bit more, I don't know, you probably get sick of me flicking on the background. I think I'm going to flick a little bit of gold in the background just to... I've been scrapping all day. Oh wow, lucky. Oh, I suppose I haven't. This is the first I've created today. I've created a product, but I love creating products. So I just added a tiny bit more gold and then add a bit more water. We want it quite wet. Let's get our page back. And let's put a little bit around where that is. If you fling the brush like that, you're going to get lines, whereas if you hold it firm and then tap with your finger on it, it will give you a little bit of better finish. I know some people tap the brush on to their finger, and I find when I do that, I get more on my face, my glasses, myself, my clothes. So I do find this is a little bit less mess for me because I'm a bit messy. Yeah, I did paint the coral. Sorry. I'll hold it up. Sorry, I didn't hold it up. There's our coral, and I need to move it because remember, acrylic paint is acrylic and it's like a glue. There you go. I have glued my coral to my block. So just move them. This is my coral and my moments and amazing. Let's move that palette up there to dry. Okay. So let's put this aside to dry and deal with our photo and our mat. So this is a 5-inch by 5-inch fakey photo. And we're going to cut the middle out of this piece here, but we'll keep the middle out of this because what we'll do is we'll use that. Oh, I should have distressed it before I cut the middle out. Didn't Naomi put that up on the screen earlier? Distress the edges before you cut the middle out. She knew.
1 minute. Let
Let me just put it back up again, she says. Smart kid. Remember to distress before cutting the middle out. Oh my gosh, there's one in every crowd, and unfortunately, I think I've got 4 of them. Deary,
You
me.
stopped at 2. But I do like my
Oh,
younger
we would have been done a long time ago if we'd stopped at 2. We could have been nearly done if we'd stopped at 3. But who would go without Miss Amelia Ann?
Guess what the little bugger Noah did too?
What?
So I'm walking along, back home, I'm nearly home, I've done the St. John's Hill.
Did he drive past you in 2?
He drove past me and he tooted a tune.
He tooted a tune as he drove past you. Noah got his P's on Monday. It is a whole new world for our Noah.
So I'm waiting.
This is the kid that a doctor once said to me that Noah would never get a license. There would be things that Noah would never be able to achieve, and one of them would be getting a license. And he proved them wrong, didn't he?
They proved them wrong ages ago. They also said he wouldn't be able to get an A in school.
Yes. He wouldn't be able to go to a mainstream school. He wouldn't be able to do an academic pathway. He's done a lot of things that every time someone says, oh, you won't be able to achieve that, Noah, he just blows them away. So,
Let's give him a feel.
moments. Amazing. And then what we're going to do with our coral is we're going to go snippety, snippety, snippety. So we're going to sort of put like 2 bits up here, and we're going to put like a bit here and a bit here kind of thing.
So, yes, I'm waiting for him to have a shower tonight so that I can do my...
So you can knock a tune.
Yes.
So when you've been in the shower too long here, we knock a tune on the door. Amelia and Quentin have been knocking Elvis songs lately.
Oh no, she's gone back to Mamma Mia. I had Dancing
She's gone
Queen.
back. Yeah, you had Dancing Queen this morning. Yeah.
Oh, Trish wants to know what he's driving the little Swift.
He's driving the Suzuki SX4, Grandma's old car. Noah's car is still in the carport here. Noah's got a Mazda CX-5.
Injectors that need.
Yeah, it needs a new injector. So Quentin is trying to get the time to finish Noah's car before, it was meant to be done before Christmas. But unfortunately, Noah's car, prior to us owning it, has had some mechanics in Gladstone work on it that didn't know what they were doing and couldn't read the diagnostics properly, and it came with an ice cream container of parts and broken clips. So Quentin's gradually going through and fixing everything. So I've got lots of bits of chippy strip.
The only sad thing about not getting his license that him and Q... No, they're doing door dashing again.
They're
tonight.
door dashing tonight.
Oh, can you turn the ring lights off, please?
Noah goes to his father. We should go out door dashing, Dad. So they're door dashing together tonight. It is their father-son activity. They like door dashing. Noah has always been. Let's put Chippy Strip behind our photo. Noah has always been the kid that asks a lot of interesting questions. Like, he used to get in the car in the afternoon and go, "Hey, Mum," and you knew there was an interesting question coming. So, he, Noah, I don't know what they talk about, but Noah and Quentin, they probably just chat about everything. And But it's a bit of fun for them. They hang out together. He'll be gone in a year because he intends on doing uni in Brisbane, so he doesn't intend on being here next year. So I think we'll stick our other bits of chippy strip to our pieces as we put our layers and clusters together. Now let's just collect up all these bits and bobs because we might add some of them and then again we might not. So our photo was about here. So our anchor kind of comes down there. We don't want it in the center, but we want it sort of so that anchor can come down over this cluster. Let's move this over. This is where the Creative Design Board really comes into its own. When we start putting a page together, let's line that up. And we're going to kind of put it together the same. Kind of. Goes about there and probably about nearly 3 inches in from the edge. Just helps us to put things together how we kind of envisioned them going together. So I'm just using the T ruler to help me get it straight. So about there, do we reckon? Yeah, because when that anchor comes out the side of here, that'll look nice. So the next thing we're going to add when we're building our clusters is our gauze. And you want to try and sort of have your gauze comparable in size to your area. So I'm going to put a dollop of glue in the center of where my cluster is going to go. And I'm sort of going to pinch up the middle of my gauze. Sit it there. Don't want to completely cover the spriggy bits. We don't want it to look like it's a definite rectangle or a definite shape. So let's put a little bit of glue here and a bit of glue here. And got another little bit here, and we're going to sort of have it trail off, kind of like that. The traily bit. Hello, Kim. How are you? Thank you. Kim's on YouTube, and she said stunning. So now let's make this multi-dimensional, but before we do that, let's just lay down our stringy stuff. I'll pull apart stringy stuff. There's too much here, this little area, so let's cut that bit sort of in half. I think it's about 1 meter. Naomi, the stringy stuff.
Okay. Is it just the craft?
Yeah, it's craft stringy stuff. Pull apart stringy stuff. Okay, so let's put some chippy strip on the thick piece of our fence. Bit there. Bit there. And then we'll we'll stick it on and then we'll add glue to our other palings. And yes, it's stuck to the photo. So let's just do this on the bottom of these palings, just a couple of them. Just to try and get the positioning right. bit much glue there. We don't want them perfectly straight, but do you know what I mean? Like, we want them on there, but they don't need to be, these ones don't need to be stuck down something else that's going to hold them in place. We've kind of covered our little bit of sprig stuff there, but it's okay. So that's how we've started that cluster. And this is how we've sort of started this one. Turn that ring light off because that's when we're distracted. Okay, so the next thing in our structure is our anchor. Because we sort of need to make sure it's going to come out from behind something. So let's put a little bit of glue behind it. Just a little tiny bit of glue. Because the end of the rope is going to be held on by, I closed the glue. Really. Let's put it just beside the photo. Just trap that down with a dollop of glue. Like that.
Oh, Trish is saying goodnight.
Night, Trish. Go home tomorrow. There's just a little bit to catch up on. So let's, with this flower, let's cut. So it's this one. Let's cut it sort of across here, like that, and then sort of dip in there and dip in there. So we kind of just want the leaves and a little bit of the red. We're going to cover the rest. Sort of sit it there. So this is where we're at. If you want to take, screenshots as we go. Some glue under this bit of coral. This is kind of just going to tuck in underneath the gauze and everything in here. Let's just tuck that in there. Then this, it's kind of a larger red flower off the Fussy Cut Essentials. The actual Fussy Cut Essentials we sell in the A4 sheet, I think there are larger poppies than this on it. So then we're going to put it, I'm going to cover this side here. So cover the top of our rope and this side of our flower. And then we're going to put our blue flower, which is slightly smaller, here. I'm going to cover just there. And then I've got another one off the really small flower, red flower off paper 6. So I've got the two, I am marrying the two different reds together. Okay, and then we're going to put some glue on the back of our amazing.
And how much for the string?
Sorry?
How much for the string?
It was $1 meter.
Okay, and the dream tag?
Oh, they are 50 cents each. They actually have a price point already. They're not in the system yet, but they've got a price point. Yeah.
I noticed they were in the system.
No. but they have been price pointed. It takes a lot of, but you have the idea, you design the product, you test cut or test print or test the product.
It doesn't make
You then like treat the product with a little bit of harshness to make sure the product is going to survive mass production. Like we try and make sure that it's going to survive mass production, which is not mass production, but survive being manufactured and being packaged and all that. And then we have to go through the, is it viable financially? Viable? Is it going to be affordable? Big thing with us is the product going to be affordable for the customer? Thought of something for you to do to challenge us, an exploding box. We haven't done one for a while. We actually did a whole series of exploding boxes in 2020. There's a heap of videos exploding boxes. I did like a grad hat one that I make a lot. Got to make one this year, haven't I? Expect to see a lot of graduation stuff this year. Made a grad hat one and made a Christmas one. Made a few. We made quite a few one year. I think it was 2021. It might have been 2020. It might have been 2022, 2021. It only seems like 5 minutes ago. They're still on display in the store. I made 15 of the grad hats one year. So I've got a bird here. Now notice when I cut out the seagulls that are flying, I leave a little bit of white around them.
Oh, so you do leave a little bit of white around something.
The flying ones, yeah. And that's how that's turned out.
Okay.
So when I put the starfish over the top, I've made sure it doesn't obscure the word, but it's sort of connected to it. So all the pieces are kind of connected and you can see the little sprigs popping out. And then it looks like, because I've got a dip down in the flower here, got a dip down in the flower here, it looks like the anchor's coming out from under the dip down in the flower. Hello, Shaz. How are you? I'll be looking. Might get Quentin to do. We might do a post. If you go to the class directory, which I know I haven't updated since 2022. I know, since we had to move servers. There is a tab for exploding boxes in there. And then we're going to put another bird here. You've just got to sort of think about how the birds look when they fly, how seagulls look as they fly through the sky.
Right. When we talk about what's in this kit, so we've got 2 pieces of Nautical Dreams paper 2.
Yep.
1 piece of 1, 3, 5, and 6. So you're only missing paper 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is a lot of paper, but you'll have a lot left over.
The chibi cuts are Amazing Moments and Coral.
Yep.
You've got an A5 custom Nautical Dreams Fussy Cut Essential.
Yeah.
You've got the Nautical Dreams Flare.
Yeah.
You've got the Clear Acrylic 1.5mm Dream Tag.
Yeah.
You've got 1 piece of gauze.
Yep.
And you've got 1 meter of pull apart string.
Yep.
$17.41.
Which one's paper 4? The frame. Oh no, we haven't got it. How much?
$17.41.
Let's do $17.25. And are you sure? Because I thought it'd be more than that.
I'm just double checking my calcs while I'm at it. Hold up.
So let's put this whole piece up on Chippy Strip, because this bit is going to be our frame for our thing down the end. Thank you, Cheryl. Oh, that's good, Shaz. You're all wonderful, aren't you? Oh, Shaz, can you message me? You bought some kits at Paperific. Just want to make sure I've got you in all the groups for the kits you bought at Paperific. I think I have, but I just want to double check because I tried to write them down from memory when we got home, and I just don't know if I got them all right. And I know it was back in August, but I keep forgetting, so...
Yeah, we have everything in there.
Yep.
So 1725.
17.25. That's not bad.
You're not gonna add anything else?
I don't think I am. So we're going to put some chippy strip behind the top of our little sailboat, and then the bottom part we're just going to put some glue on each side because we're just going to tuck him in here. You might just hold off. You don't trust me, do you? I'm going to put our bigger bird.
It's not that I don't trust you.
But you don't trust me. You don't trust me to not go, oh, I think it'd look good if I added.
Do I need to pull some video footage here? Let me just wonder.
Yep. No, you don't need to pull evidence.
I think I've got notes on which classes I should pull up for this too.
And I'm just going to have this bird's wing just go onto the photo mat there. Just touch the photo mat, not necessarily go flat. And I've kind of got the ends of the bird wings. I don't really put glue right to the end because I like to have them sort of, you know, just so they curl up just the slightest amount. And then the ends of the anchor aren't stuck down. We just want a tiny bit of additional dimension. That's a nice little surprise. Now let's stick our CNNME there on a bit of gauze, on a bit of chippy strip. Sorry, not gauze, chippy strip. So the chippy strip's only 1 mil high, so it's half the depth of a piece of foam tape, which means that you had a little bit more room to make things higher. You can add a little bit more dimension because of that. We'll set our flare button there. We're just about at the point. Let's start shoving over a bit. Oh, hey, Inga, did you get... Oh, yep, I've got a bit of seaweed up here. I've got seaweed here. And you think I will remember. We'll have a look. Awesome. Thanks, Shaz. Found one. Yay. September 21 graduation one. They're pretty cool, the grad hats. Have made heaps. Like I say, I made 15 in one hit for Marcelin House at school. And Ware Macaulay. I'm going to put this big one here. Inga, has your mat arrived? Inga bought a it's only been a week, hasn't it? Inga bought a crab design board. Just not sure the postage from us to her. That one there. And then see this bigger straight on blue one. Let's cut him in half to get, and then we get 2 pieces. Like we can get double duty out of 1 piece of fussy cutting. And then let's put the other half here, like
You've got something to this.
that. It's sort of behind that. In there. Oh no. Right in front of a little cutout there, like that. A little bit of chippy strip behind our bottle with a message in it. Yeah. And then we've got a piece of coral, and if we put a bit of glue on both sides so that when we sort of tuck it in like that. Do have to sort of hold it down. Yes, I did get my order. Thank you. Can't wait to use it. Awesome. I'm glad it arrived. I'll let Key know it arrived. You won't know yourself. And not just because I designed it, but a lot of people say that once it really changes. It changes the way you can create the design board. Okay. So let's put this starfish, and I know it looks weird, but it's like the starfish on its side on a rock or something. So let's put that there.
Oh, she did receive that.
Yep. I'm so glad. Put this bit. This is the really long piece of coral. I'm going to tuck it in under here like that and put this little red flower. And I haven't cut the little red flower because there's only a tiny bit that's not showing. It's sort of mostly coming out from behind there. Put this blue side-on poppy there. I know blue poppies aren't a thing, but yeah. Actually, we got a shell coming out here. Just trying to cover up the glue. The glue. We hadn't decided how we were attaching our dream word, but let's get a bit of the stringy stuff that's left and cut a chunk about 4 inches and thread it through. Tie it in a knot. Let's do a double knot. Not tying a proper knot, tie lots. And let's attach behind, you're going to see the adhesive on the acrylic. Let's attach behind the knot. Let's just graze a little bit of glue on our stringy stuff and then just sort of stick it down. So we're just grazing the glue off the top of the bottle. Oh dear. There. And when we stick our starfish on, we're going to stick our starfish on so that it's sort of part of our starfish hides that. That is the intention. Stick our moments on now. So I'm just putting a thin amount of glue on the moments. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pat it on something so that I don't get cloddy bits of glue everywhere. I just have a spot. My stand. Let's put our leftover bits here that we've still got to use. Chippy strip. get our ruler. Oh, and we've got a starfish we're going to use. Hello, my dear. How are you?
Good.
Are you coming to say goodnight?
Mm-hmm.
Can you wait a moment?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I stuck my head in the way there. Because I had the flare button on already. I couldn't get the ruler to sit down flat to go up against. Oh, I like it, I like it, I like it.
What is that, acrylic?
Mm-hmm. And then let's actually stick this blue in here, sort of tuck it under the flare and sit it on the acrylic. There. It's a bit of weirdness, I know.
Weird.
Says you.
You're all red.
And we'll put our last little, this is the tiny piece of coral we cut off. I'm going to tuck our tiny bit of coral in here. And then, where are we going to put this starfish?
You put it up here, maybe.
Looking up here. Oh, I've already got a starfish there. I kind of feel I need it here.
What happens if you don't?
Well, that's a great question, Here's the question. Are we going to tell Dad the real time you went to bed? Or are we going to
So we're just going to take the leaves off the other half of the flower from up here. And then we're just,
I'm waiting for Mum.
you're waiting for Mum. Yep, I know. I'm sorry.
Hey, Mum, have you done a shaker card yet?
Not this weekend. We did a shaker card a couple of weeks ago.
You can maybe do a shaker card.
I'll just smush some glue.
Oh dear.
Monday is exciting. We get our car back and we get to see Milton. We love all of our children equally. We don't see Milton very often, but it is nice to get to see him and spend some time with him. I love that he still wants to spend time with his parents. Our dream right there.
It's a unicorn one.
It is, isn't it?
It's meant to be a shell. Isn't it meant to be one of those fruit shells that you like blow from?
Let's just graze a little bit of glue. I like this weird bit of gauze sitting there, but we're going to stick it so it doesn't fall down. Okay. What do you think?
Pretty.
The dream words. There. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Lucky.
Because it works with our focus at the moment on, and you can see little bits of the sprig stenciling coming out. It works in with our focus on clusters at the moment and how to put clusters together. Oh, close the glue, Elisa. Dearie me. Okay, you're going to say night-nights to everyone?
I just made a cluster.
Yep. Get out of my fussy cuts. You're not stealing any. You can steal them after we finish the weekend.
Good
Okay.
night, hello, goodbye.
No, you've got to say it when you're there, not as you're going down.
Good night, hello, goodbye.
Are you going to still be able to do this when you're 10? Yep.
It's fun just lying here.
Oh, is it
But
just?
it's hard to get back
Mwah, I love you.
up. Love you too.
See you in the morning.
In the morning.
Everyone's saying night-night.
Night.
Thank you, Di. Thank you, Dee. Cheryl, introduce Carly. They work so well. They do, don't they, Shaz? It's kind of red, white, and blue, but it's sort of beige. Extravaganza, yeah. Thank you, Jeanette. So, tomorrow, if you're doing the retreat, we have in the retreat group we have a scrapbooking class at 10:30, and then a scrapbooking class at 1 p.m. and a Zoom at 5:30, and then at 7 o'clock tomorrow night we have a product extravaganza. So a product extravaganza is when we do a video and you're looking at my hands and looking at my face as well. And what we do, we haven't done one since late 2022, and we're going to do a whole heap of specials. So we're going to, I want some stands at work. I'm going to move the store around, so I need some space. So we're having a bit of a clear out. So I've got lots of stamps and cutting dies, lots of art by Marlene and Studio Light. There's some Cocoa Vanilla. There's Couture Creations. I think there's the last of the Uniquely Creative we have in the store. There's just a whole heap of stuff. And what we're going to do is there's also items that aren't in our online store. So there's still a few of those. And we're going to have these things at so really ridiculous prices. They're going to be really ridiculous. So we show you the items and tell you the item number and the price and how many. And the first person to comment is the person that'll get invoiced for that item. On the Monday morning, I'll tally up everyone's orders and send out invoices. And you can either pay with the link on the invoice or ring the store, or you'll get on your invoice a phone number to ring Quentin if you want to ring Quentin and pay over the phone. We will be having instructions, so there are instructions on the video. So yeah, it's love the extravaganzas, so much fun. Yes, they are a lot of fun extravaganzas. Hopefully it doesn't go for too long, but I have got 5 tubs of stuff. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff to get through. So yeah, and I'm going to be brutal with the prices. I just want the space. So that'll be at 7 o'clock Queensland time tomorrow night. They are a fun event. And yeah, if you're after a bargain, it's the way to get a bargain, because I won't be doing them in the online store. And once those products are gone, that's it. They're gone. We're not getting them again. Thank you, Karen. I love how the title pops. Yeah. And the photo will be center stage as well on this as well. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, Mary and Deborah. Thank you, Jacqueline. And thank you, Diana. Oh, you kept up and finished. Oh, wow. You're awesome, Diana. Night, Mary and Deborah. And good night, everybody. So thank you very much for watching. Take care. Stay safe. We love and appreciate you all. And we're so glad you're part of our creative family. And can't wait to see your take on this. Damie John has made a kit. You put a link up already, didn't you? And there's already a link up top. Night, Shaz. So thank you, Paula and Karen. Thank you. And good night, everybody. Take care. Stay safe. Love yous all. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.